Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Felicia Lawrence, and happening this afternoon, a processional ceremony honoring the life of Lynn Town Marshal Brad Fisher. He was killed in the line of duty Wednesday morning after being hit during a police chase. And now the community he spent years protecting is coming together to honor his life and sacrifice. Our Marina Silva was there and has more.
Law enforcement from all over eastern Indiana is escorting fallen Town Marshal Brad Fisher to the funeral home in Union City. A very somber moment as we see the procession go by. We see law enforcement from Union City, Winchester, Delaware County, Muncie, really all over to pay their respects. We do know the Town Marshal Fisher's family was also in the procession. They are now heading to the funeral home, and everyone we've spoken with since his death say what a heartbeat of a community he was and call him a hometown hero. Once at the funeral home, somebody will stay with Town Marshal Brad Fisher until he goes to his final resting place. Reporting in Muncie, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Also happening today in Delaware County, services honoring boxer Hannah Rapp. The Indiana native died in Texas after she was hit by a car. Visitation is from 3 until 6 this evening at Yorktown Middle School. That's followed by a celebration of life. And this afternoon, we're learning that a mother is signing a plea agreement in the death of her 2-year-old son. Kiera Bickett is admitting to reckless homicide and neglect in that plea deal. Her son, Javarius, shot and killed himself with her gun in June of 2025. The most serious charge against her, neglect of a dependent, resulting in death, would be dismissed. A judge will decide Bickett's sentence. That hearing is scheduled for September 15th. Happening right now, closing arguments in the trial for the man accused of murder outside of a South Side bar last July. Prosecutors say Caden Douglas was drunk and acting aggressively at the Mucky Duck pub. They say Jeremy Dillingham tried to intervene and Douglas used racial slurs before shooting and killing Dillingham. During witness testimony, a bartender described Dillingham as a laid-back, smooth, big chill dude. He described Douglas very differently, calling him combative, aggressive, belligerent. Our Ashton Hackman is in the courtroom right now, and we'll have more from today's hearing starting at 4. All right, turning now to our forecast. Meteorologist Matt Standridge is here with us, and it's a sunny day out there. I don't get to see Matt that often because our shifts don't always cross paths, so I'm a little excited. Yeah. Matt in the flesh. But this weekend, I know, good to see you too. So really sunny, beautiful. This weekend, things are going to shift.
Yes, this weekend we turn wet, which maybe you want that kind of to be opposite.
I do.
But I wish I could do something about it. But today at least is really nice. So make sure you still get outside and enjoy it. It feels good out there. We just hit 80 degrees in Indianapolis. But coming up this weekend, different story. We'll have clouds, we'll have the showers, and maybe a few rumbles of thunder. But let's start now. You're looking over downtown Indianapolis from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where temperatures are right at 80. There's not a wind right now. There's very still. It's calm. It's a nice day out there, just a typical summer afternoon underway. Now, there's still a couple upper 70s out there. Look at you guys around Marion and Frankfort. Good morning. Around Remington, 79. It's 78 in Sharpsville. A lot of 79s up and down State Road 9 from Greenfield to the New Pal area, Shelbyville too, 79 in Rushville, 74 cooler in Brownsburg, and still some 70s, 80s south. But we'll all be in the 80s here shortly. Great afternoon underway. Good mix of sun and clouds, bubbling up a little bit later. But enjoy this evening, another nice one. Our high pressure has been keeping us protected for the past few days. It won't be able to do it much longer. Eventually, our next system is on the way. We're going to time out when some of these waves of rain and possibly a few weak thunderstorms could come in here for your weekend. We'll also show you how temperatures may be impacted, but we'll time everything out for you. Police in just a bit.
This is their home. Many of them are maybe new to the district. We have some, but they're coming from 3 different middle schools, and now they're merging as one.
Another round of Central Indiana students are back in the classroom today, including Avon, Noblesville, and as you can see here, Warren Township. And today is a special day over at Warren Central High School because it's a freshman-only day. It's a time for the students to get acclimated with their transition from middle school to a larger space. And today, students got to meet school staff by themselves, pick up their schedule, explore the hallways, and become familiar with their new school. The other grade levels will join the freshmen tomorrow, kicking off a new school year.
When students come in, we want to ensure that they understand that we are here for them. We want them to understand that there's nothing they can't accomplish. And so there's a lot of things that we do intentionally to ensure that they're on track, ready to engage actively in their learning, and so that they can meet their goal, which is to cross that finish line of graduation.
Very exciting. So many districts are going back next week. We're going to be at some of those schools, catching all the hype and excitement as students enter school doors, lending some encouragement there as well. Also, a reminder for parents, make sure your kids remember the new statewide ban on wireless devices. So that includes phones, smartwatches, and anything that can send messages or connect to the internet. There are some exceptions to this law. You can learn what those are right now on WTHR.com. Well, while several districts are welcoming students back, some are partnering with IU Indy to welcome new teachers. Brandon Schaff explains how a program for future educators is addressing our state's teacher shortage.
As Indiana grapples with a continuing teacher shortage, IU Indianapolis created a pipeline to fill those vacancies. The school's district-based alternative certification program gives current school district employees an opportunity to become licensed teachers. Positions like instructional assistants, office staff, and community liaisons are eligible to make the transition. IU Indy says as the state's teacher shortage worsened over the last decade, more people teaching with emergency permits joined their program.
These were folks that had already been hired by the school, recognized as necessary due to the teacher shortage. So over the last 10 years, we have seen maybe upwards of sometimes 50 or 60% of our students in a cohort might be on an emergency permit.
The program takes 12 to 18 months, and you must have a bachelor's degree. Michael Johnson used to work as a student and family care advisor at Harrison Hill Elementary School. He explained how the program prepared him for his current role, teaching 5th grade math and science at Winding Ridge Elementary.
Even when we're educating our students, they want to know that rationale behind what they're doing. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this math? Why am I doing these things? The DBAT program provides that to the educators to prepare them to be in the classroom and do what they need to do.
He says the program allowed him to balance his old job while learning to do his new one and support his kids.
I have one that's still in college. He's a junior, and I have a daughter who just graduated from college. And being able to participate in this program helped me to continue to be a dad, helped me to continue to be able to provide things at home.
Creating more paths for those already working in the school to transition into the classroom. In Indianapolis, Brandon Schaff, 13 News.